What if I told you there's an SUV that can travel nearly 1,000 kilometers on a single combined run, feels almost like an EV in the city, but still gives you the confidence of a gasoline engine for long trips? Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly why the all-new 2027 BYD Seal U DM-i is getting so much attention right now. And honestly, this SUV might completely change how people think about hybrids. Welcome back to Drives, and today we're taking a full first look at one of the most practical SUVs entering the market. The 2027 BYD Seal U DM-i isn't just trying to save fuel, it's trying to solve the biggest problem many people still have with fully electric vehicles: range anxiety. This SUV steps directly into the ring against rivals like the RAV4 Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and even entry-level EVs like the Tesla Model Y. But instead of focusing only on performance or flashy features, BYD seems focused on delivering the perfect balance between electric driving and real-world practicality. And let me ask you this right away: if you could get EV-like smoothness without worrying about charging stations during long road trips, would you still go fully electric? Now let's begin with the backside of the Seal U DM-i, because this rear design instantly gives off a premium futuristic vibe. The first thing you notice is that full-width LED light bar stretching across the tailgate. At night, this thing looks seriously impressive. The lighting signature feels clean, sharp, and upscale, almost like something you'd expect from a much more expensive European SUV. BYD has done a great job making the rear look modern, without adding unnecessary fake vents or overly aggressive styling. The tailgate itself has a smooth, sculpted appearance with subtle curves that add depth and sophistication. Everything feels intentional and well-balanced. And honestly, that's becoming one of BYD's biggest strengths lately. Their designs are starting to look genuinely mature. The rear bumper keeps things too. No fake exhaust tips, no oversized diffusers, just a clean aerodynamic design that perfectly matches the hybrid nature of the vehicle. Compared to something like the RAV4 Hybrid, the Seal U DM-i honestly feels more futuristic. And compared to some fully electric SUVs, it actually looks more practical and grounded. Now moving toward the left side, this is where the SUV's proportions really start to shine. The Seal U DM-i has that ideal midsize SUV stance, elevated enough to feel commanding on the road, but not so oversized that it becomes difficult to drive in cities. The body lines flow smoothly from front to rear, giving the SUV an elegant and refined appearance rather than an aggressive one. BYD clearly focused on making this vehicle look sophisticated instead of sporty for the sake of attention. The character lines along the doors add depth without making the design feel busy, while the wheel arches are subtly flared to give the SUV a stronger road presence. The alloy wheels also fit perfectly within the design, helping the SUV look premium without overdoing it. Honestly, from the side, the Seal U DM-i feels like a more modern and upscale alternative to traditional hybrid SUVs. And here's a question for you guys: do you prefer futuristic EV styling, or do you like hybrids like this that still look more traditional and practical? Now let's move over to the right side of the SUV, and once again, the clean aerodynamic philosophy continues beautifully. The roofline gently slopes toward the rear, improving efficiency while maintaining good headroom for passengers. Chrome or metallic window trim adds just enough premium detail without becoming flashy. Ground clearance looks perfect for daily driving, rough roads, speed bumps, and long highway cruising. This isn't pretending to be an off-roader, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. BYD designed this SUV for comfort, efficiency, and real-world usability. And from this angle, you can really appreciate how balanced the overall design feels. Some SUVs try too hard to look sporty or futuristic, but the Seal U DM-i feels confident and mature. Another thing I noticed is how practical the proportions seem for families. Wide opening doors, spacious cabin dimensions, and easy entry height all make this feel like an SUV designed around everyday use. Now step inside, because this is where the 2027 BYD Seal U DM-i starts becoming seriously impressive. The cabin immediately gives off a high-tech yet comfortable atmosphere. The dashboard design is clean and modern, centered around a large infotainment that acts as the SUV's main control hub. BYD's latest software system is expected to deliver smooth responsiveness, intuitive menus, navigation, media controls, voice commands, and full smartphone integration. And honestly, that matters a lot, because some modern infotainment systems look fancy but become frustrating to use every day. Behind the steering wheel sits a fully digital instrument cluster, displaying key driving information in a clean, customizable layout. It looks modern without overwhelming the driver with unnecessary information. The steering wheel itself has a premium ergonomic design, with controls positioned exactly where you'd expect them to be during driving. Now let's talk about materials, because this is where many affordable hybrids disappoint. But surprisingly, the Seal U DM-i looks genuinely upscale inside. Soft-touch materials, premium upholstery, metallic accents, ambient lighting, and refined trim pieces all help create a cabin that feels more expensive than expected. Honestly, if you covered the BYD badge inside this SUV, many people would probably assume they were sitting in something from a more established premium brand. The seats are another huge highlight. They look supportive, comfortable, and designed specifically for long-distance driving. And considering this SUV can potentially travel up to 1,000 kilometers combined, comfort becomes extremely important. Rear seat passengers should also enjoy generous legroom and headroom, making the Seal U DM-i a strong option for families or long trips. Cargo space appears practical too, with enough room for shopping, luggage, family travel gear, or daily errands without any issues. And let me ask you this, what matters more to you in a family SUV today? Fuel economy, technology, or comfort? When it comes to features, the Seal U DM-i is expected to come heavily loaded. Advanced driver assistance systems should include adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking, and traffic assist systems. These technologies don't just improve safety, they also make daily driving much less stressful, especially during long highway journeys or heavy traffic situations. You can also expect wireless charging, ambient lighting, multi-zone climate control, premium audio systems, panoramic sunroof options, and multiple USB ports depending on trim levels. And this is where BYD becomes really dangerous for competitors, because they continue offering high-end features at prices that undercut many rivals. Now let's get to the most important part of this SUV, the engine and hybrid system. The 2027 BYD Seal U DM-i uses BYD's advanced DM-i hybrid technology, combining a gasoline engine with a powerful electric motor setup. But here's what makes this system special. During city driving, the electric motor handles most of the work. That means the SUV feels quiet, smooth, and responsive, almost like a fully electric vehicle. You get instant torque when accelerating from traffic lights, smoother low-speed driving, and significantly lower fuel consumption. Then when you need extra power for highway overtaking or long-distance cruising, the gasoline engine joins in seamlessly. And honestly, this is what makes the Seal U DM-i so smart. It gives you the benefits of electric driving without forcing you to depend entirely on charging infrastructure. Now let's talk about the headline feature, the range. BYD claims the Seal U DM-i can achieve up to around 1,000 kilometers of combined driving range, and that number completely changes the conversation for hybrid SUVs. Imagine driving for days without worrying about charging stations or frequent fuel stops. That kind of freedom makes this SUV incredibly appealing for families, commuters, and long-distance travelers. Compared to a fully electric SUV, you don't have to constantly plan routes around charging points. And compared to a traditional gasoline SUV, fuel savings become massive over time. The driving experience is also expected to remain smooth and refined, with transitions between electric and gasoline power happening almost invisibly. This SUV isn't trying to be a sports car. It's focused on delivering effortless, comfortable driving, and honestly, that's exactly what most family SUV buyers actually want. Now let's talk about price, because this is where things get very interesting. While official global pricing may vary depending on the market, the Seal U DM-i is expected to compete aggressively against mainstream hybrid SUVs. And if BYD prices this correctly, it could easily become one of the best value hybrid SUVs available. Because when you compare it to rivals like the RAV4 Hybrid or CR-V Hybrid, the BYD brings more technology, more futuristic styling, and potentially much greater range. And when compared to entry-level EVs, it offers something many electric vehicles still struggle with: true long-distance confidence without charging anxiety. At the end of the day, the 2027 BYD Seal U DM-i feels like one of the SUVs BYD has produced so far. It combines EV-like smoothness, hybrid practicality, futuristic technology, premium comfort, massive range, and family-friendly usability into one incredibly well-rounded package. And honestly, this might be the perfect SUV for people who want to move toward electrification without going fully electric just yet. Because not everyone is ready to depend completely on charging infrastructure, and BYD clearly understands that. So what do you think about the all-new 2027 BYD Seal U DM-i? Would you choose something like this over a fully electric SUV? Or would you still rather go fully electric or stay with a traditional gasoline SUV? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, because I really want to know where you stand on hybrids versus EVs right now. And if you enjoyed today's first look, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future reviews, first looks, and automotive updates right here on Drives.